Welcome to Perisno Live Episode 2. And in today's live stream, we're going to be over a bunch of things. We have one or two devs that might show up. We'll see. We got Arlaygio, one of the developers for Perisno. He's included in the lore. He makes some lore or whatever and stuff like that. And but mostly he does models and all that stuff. And let me post a link to the live stream all around so we can get things going. This video will be on YouTube afterwards for all the people who missed the live stream. And just drop it in the on Discord for now. Yeah, that's the way to do it. It'll be better quality, it'll be better for some of you, but live comments, live questions, that's for here on Discord, so. Well, once my internet starts cutting out, I just end the stream. So if that happens for either of us, we'll just cut it out there. It's scheduled to go about an hour. We'll see how it goes. For some reason, my link doesn't work, so I'll give me a second here. Thank you, Discord. You're not. Right, that's my fault. Hater. I have to get my Discord link correct on Discord. Alright. There you go. That should work. Sweet. Alright, let's close some tabs so my internet's better and not watch me. But what's going on, Byzantium 78087? Yeah, well, my upload speeds are... Yeah, that's awesome. Kiwi Unleashed, thanks for the follow. Welcome to Perisno Live. Is that lamp in the background? That's really bright. I'm going to switch my colors 1 second. Let's go with some green, because it's no. Yeah, if it's too. Yeah, just mute your sound on Twitch. That's fine. I'm trying to find a green hue. If green doesn't work, we'll go with red. But last time we had purple, so green's good. My complexion looks off, but hey, is what it is. This worked. All right, guys, let's get into things. Welcome to Perisno Live, Episode 2. Today we're going to be going over a bunch of things, including a lot of assets that Arlaygio has been working on that will appear in version 1.4. He literally skipped over my follow because my name is hard to say even in its... Yeah, I have no idea how to say your name, Narav. I'm going to murder that name. And sometimes my OBS leaves out the follow, so if I miss it, sorry about that. Yeah, green fits Perisno, yes, that's what I did. Also, quickly, I'm going to drop the Twitch live in Facebook if it loads for me, jeez. And if I'm unclear or my volume doesn't work or my mic doesn't work, excuse me, just let me know in the comments or in Twitch chat, Discord chat, whatever works for you guys. And I will try to amend that. And as soon as I drop my live here on Facebook, we'll be getting right into the meat and bones of the thing. You might get a few guys from Discord on as well. Tofu might show up, CWR might show up. I'll ping him actually. And we got a new follow with that. Buzzcut Sawdust, thanks for the follow. Nice name. All right. let's yeah, it lags behind a little bit. So let's actually jump into the dev channel in case CWR or Tofu wants to join. Let's do live stream voice. That should work. All right, we'll wait. Okay, this should work. Can you talk Arlaygio, see if it still works the same? Or your voice coming through clear? Yep. Yeah, you sound good. All right. Once again, let's get into things. First off and foremost on the list, we will be going over the last changelog, the 1.3.5.1 changelog, which was released July 21 of 2021. And basically, that's on ModDB. So let's bring up the ModDB page as well. And for the new people in the chat, for new people who play Perisno, the reason I am saying get it from ModDB and nowhere else, the simple fact is it's the easiest to follow, it's the easiest to download, and it's the quickest way to update besides our Discord. So basically, on the screen right now, we have Perisno 1.3.4.5, the full version from March 30, 2021. But the hotfix that gets you to the newest version is on July 21 of 2021, which is the 1.3.5.1 hotfix. Obviously, if you're on our Discord, you will know about the announcements tab, which Tofu has updated the same thing. So this hotfix from the Discord is the exact same file from ModDB for your convenience. And going through the hotfix, obviously let's download the first one. I won't be going over how to actually do patches. I have a different video for that. But basically changed, you can now speak to your constable and sell enemy lord located in your garrison for quick cash. Speaking to your minister will allow you to pay a ransom for any of your allied lords. A lot of people were asking for that. Re-enable the training grounds because a lot of people on Steam and Discord were complaining that they couldn't finish one of the quests related to the training grounds. So we that was a kind of a hindsight that we missed. But yeah, it's re-enabled now. Falcons no longer have peasant rebels for lore reasons. We added a goodbye dialogue to entertainment guildsmen. Streamlined that. Added an option to forfeit the deal with the looters quest. And when donating to the priests of Makan, you lose an equal amount of relations with the opposing religion. Another lore update, thanks Tofu. Lend your companion quests that have been removed until further evaluation due to companions being lost for eternity. Yeah, another quality of life change. Most of Tofu's changes are really are right on the money, quality of life and all that stuff. So if she releases the changelog, you can bet she's got a lot of, yeah. If she releases the changelog, she's been working a lot of it. Yeah. We've had similar devs in the past, but none have, in my opinion, none have gone into such detail. A few fixes from the last hotfix. Tavares is no longer Catherine. I never got into the issue, but hey, I guess some people were reporting that. A town scene has no longer a tower in its town scene and just a siege scene. That's a scene fix, I guess. Holding down either left or right control for withdrawing and depositing orange in your FIFA works now. For some reason, that was an issue for some keyboards. A lot of people on Steam were having that issue. That's fixed now. And rebalance, the Weeping Moon has reduced power throw from 8 to 4. Throwing damage increased from 45p to 50p melee. Damage increased from 48 to 34 safe. Well done. What am I watching? I don't know, man. What are you watching? I hated the companion quest. Fair enough. And one final change on the changelog was Axis, the Forbidden Sea, has increased power throw from 5 to 6, throwing damage. Just rebalancing. All right, that should do it for the changelog for the last update. It's been out for a little bit, but still we're going to go over it. Thanks Tofu for the plug. Wild Dog, he doesn't play Mount&Blade that much, I don't think. But yeah. Perisno has now become native for me. Well, of course, Perisno is the game, Warband is the mod, as we say. All right, jumping into the next part of the live stream, update for future versions, which, if Tofu doesn't have any small hotfixes, should be 1.4, but might be whatever. But 1.4 is what we're going to be going over. And we have some new assets made by Arlaygio himself. And unfortunately, my BRF has decided to stop working. So give me a second while I try to remedy that. Yeah, I don't know. That is strange though. I might have to open up in images because yeah, just let me see how to do that. Yeah, all right. Yeah, my BRF is literally, check this out, it's literally not working. I don't know why. One of the only main things I wanted to do, it doesn't work. That's awesome. All right, just open up the Tolranian meshes BRF and we'll go through that, some items. But I have to see your, yeah, just your left, yeah. What is my, well, my plan was to go through it, show the main things, but yeah, let me try one more thing. You can do whatever you want, show whatever you want, and I can go from there. Hey, wait a minute, there you go. I found a workaround. No worries then. All right, let's start off with the Cretas helms coming in 1.4. Some Crestian Great helms from the looks of things. Kind of stenciling with the black and white theme. So start off with a bunch of those. And a few more Gambesons that I'm going to bring up on the screen. If you guys want these images before the update, just let me know and I can post an update on Discord, like image-wise and all that stuff. These are a bunch of Gambesons coming for Cretas as well. Great looking things. Obviously, I haven't been able to add Cretas yet. We should. Oh, 1 second. That's my bad. Yeah. Yeah, sorry about that. Thanks for letting me know. I forgot to switch my screen. But yeah, these are the Gambesons. Sorry about that, guys. Thank you. We got about 13 of them. And going back, the helms, because I missed those on the live stream, because I was showing my face instead of the helmets, for some reason. So yeah. We got some, let's keep going down. The screenshots would have worked better, but this works as well. So we got some nasal helms as well. I could show them in game, but I've been very busy with some stuff. I've added most of all of the Tolranian items, but some of them not on the troops yet, so that wouldn't work. Okay, all right, the right one doesn't show the cape. I would have to have it inside a Perisno module. Yeah. Got a few shields. Yeah. I think that's one of your biggest thing that you keep pounding out when... Sorry, go ahead. Because I know the stream is lagging, but yeah, just go ahead. No worries. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the reason it's not showing up in the BRF right now is because I haven't referenced all the items yet. So that's the only reason it's not showing up yet. Shields, just some normal looking shields, looking pretty good for Cretas. So what's that? Yeah, that makes sense. All right, keep going on. Thanks for that. Thanks Arlaygio for that insight. We got a few Crestian coat of scales and some more armor that's just been modified a little bit to fit the Crestian theme. I actually like this one. The Crestian coat of scales looks really nice. Some new armor coming in. Yeah, no worries. I do believe the stream is Arlaygio's microphone is not picked up by this. Okay. Why would your microphone be picked up by the stream? 1 second here. They're saying you are not being picked up. 1 second, because I had CWR on last time, and his microphone was picking up. So 1 second here. Ich bin busy now. Let me see. Can you? Yeah, Arlaygio should be speaking on the stream as well. So I'm trying to remedy that situation. Let me go to my OBS and fix that, because that should be doing it. 1 second while I fix this, and we'll keep going. Yeah, that would have sucked, because a lot of the stuff that you're saying is from one here. Because my desktop audio is not showing up in my OBS right now for some weird reason. I'll try to figure out why. I was indeed. I still am, apparently. Why is it not? Okay, let's add. Thank you, OBS. You're awesome today. I did change a single thing from the last time we streamed, and for some reason, yeah, it's not working. All right. It should be an audio source, so. No, not yet. I have to fix my OBS. I'm not sure. Yeah, 1 second. All right, can you talk and see if you're showing up now? Toast will let us know if he is or not.
Hello. Am I coming through?
Alright, can you talk and see if you're showing up now?
I don't think they can hear me.
1 second. Yeah, you're working now. It's good. Sorry about that, guys. Arlaygio.
Oh, nice.
For some reason, my OBS wasn't picking up my desktop audio. Thank you, OBS. From the last time we streamed, I didn't change the setting. But yeah. Whatever. All right, let's... that
was just the Hacking Inquisition silencing me for speaking the truth.
Yeah. We can actually go back to your shield thing that we just said. Just repeat that, and we'll continue on.
All right, that's the only bit of input I had that was super important anyways.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically that key, the symbol that you see on the Cretas shields, it's always been there in Perisno. For the longest time, it was the armorial for Cretas. In real life, the key actually represents the keys to heaven that St. Peter would have. So if a lord wanted to show he had a strong connection to religion, he would put that on his flag. And well, in Perisno, obviously, we don't have St. Peter, nor do we have the gates of heaven. So the closest thing I could think to that is in the lore of the Falchi, they talk about Sky Castle. And so we're just going to say that the keys in this universe, that symbol represents the keys to the gates of Sky Castle.
All right, fair enough. That's
pretty simple amendment.
Yeah. Go over it twice. It's all right. We got some Falchi Sallet. Can I bring up that second helmet here? Where is that? For some reason, the horse texture isn't showing in the BRF. But
you're looking for the Sallet?
Yeah, I got the Sallets. The horse, for some reason, the texture is not showing up. I'll have to amend that. Thank you, BRF is not working right today. It started crashing. But yeah, we've showing the Falchi Sallet right now. One of the better looking Sallets, actually, that we've seen so far.
Yeah, I really love it. I wanted to make something that looked pretty unique compared to anything else I made. I was pushing the limits of functional design, because obviously when you make these things, you want it to feel like if you wore it in real life, you could see through it, and that adds a lot more detail and immersion to all the stuff I try to add to Perisno. So it was a bit tricky, but there are helmet styles that are actually similar to this. In fact, after I got done designing this helmet, I was just browsing the internet and I found out that this did exist in real life. I thought I came up with an original design and someone else had already made it. I'm almost a bit sad because of that.
Yeah.
But at least we know it's very functional.
Yeah, I got the rendered version over here. I actually thought you sent me 2 of those, but I was incorrect. It was just one of them, so yeah, that's my fault.
I will give you a black version later, probably.
Okay.
I'll just recolor some existing stuff so that Liana's troops don't look so basic. It's just kind of a whole other thing to tackle her, and I don't want to worry about it too much. Yeah, that's the Blender render.
Yeah. I'm just responding to comments here, and all right, let's keep going on to if OpenBRF lets me do what I want to do right now. My fault for not having this fully complete for the game, but yeah, let's go to Tolranian. Oh, my shortcuts are not working today either. Man, every time I stream, I have the plan perfectly set up, but once I start, everything that can go wrong goes wrong. So. And we're crashing.
I feel you.
Yeah, it's one of those days. I'll have to figure out why my OpenVR is crashing in one window, but I can open up in the second window. Secondhand tools, I guess. All right, let's bring up the meshes. That should work awesome. All right, I guess we can start off with the basic. We got some bassinets and some helmets, and on the top of the BRF. And I know for a fact this is Arlaygio's favorite faction. I don't know how I know this, but it's probably common knowledge at this point. But and keeping...
I don't know what would make it obvious. You guys are silly.
We're just trying to find. All right, that's what I wanted to show. The new helmets, the new great helmets. Basic Tolranian stuff. I think the purple, the inheritance, and the red. And also, we got the Tolranian Blooming Morningstar. Probably want to talk about this for a bit.
Yeah. I mean, there are just so many improvements here. It's hard to list them all. I've kind of been on this big campaign of removing the Christian cross because Christianity doesn't exist in Perisno, but the imagery is pretty iconic, so I wanted a similar symbol, and that's kind of how I came up with the idea of Eulymia's star. Makes it a lot more unique. The Blooming Morning Star, though, is so... I'm not the most studied on medieval heraldry as I'd like, or symbolism. I study like almost strictly just the armors and the weapons. I should study heraldry more. The flowers were actually a common and important symbol in order to represent nobility and various things. And so that's where I got the idea of putting a flower at the tip of the handle there. Particularly a French symbol, I believe. If Nova was here, he'd correct me. I think he might be in the group chat, actually. Maybe not.
I'm not 100% sure who's on the line right now. I've got 55 chats open right now. So. All right, let's keep moving on. We got some bows, normal stuff. All right, let's keep. Let me get up the Tolranian. If I can show them right here, Tolranian Knights and the Tolranian Paladins. But instead of showing an open BRF, I'll show the actual how they look in game. So this is the Tolranian Knight, for example, with his horse. And thanks to Arlaygio for that. It's really good looking. Thank you, Novarak, for the follow. This will be coming in 1.4. Keep in mind, this is the Tolranian Elite Great Helm, which is
there he is.
For the Tolranian Paladin. It's an updated assets for that.
Yeah, this is an older image, so the Tolranian Knight still has the metal gorget. He should be using a male standard to protect his neck, but that's fine. That still pretty much gets the idea across.
Yeah. Let me just get the Paladin armor on the screen next. One of the nicest looking Tolranian armors that are going to be coming in the next update. I know Arlaygio wanted us to get him in the last hotfix, but we had... we talked about this in the last live stream. We were having some coding issues.
Plenty of problems.
Yeah, there are just too many problems to list, and we couldn't make it in that version, so we decided 1.4 will be the way to go. But yeah, as I said, one of the best looking armors that we currently have for Tolrania, in my opinion, with the cape as well.
You may notice that the armor is really rich in red, and that's because the richer you were back then, the more you could afford to dye your armor and make it really flamboyant. And this is something that Mitch told me early on when I got on the team. He wanted the lower level troops to have more faded colors and the higher ranked troops to have really rich colors. I think this is the richest color item in the entire game. And Tolrania is already more saturated, more deep with all its colors than the other factions. So...
Right, let's keep it on.
Like, just differences between this and the knight outfit. Like, the Tolranian Paladin does have a metal gorget protecting the neck. If you look at the legs really carefully, too, you'll see he has plates on the upper part of his legs protecting the knees. The knight doesn't have that. There's also an extra plate protecting the backside, so there won't be any lancing this guy in the back, hopefully.
Alright, we got a side-by-side comparison with the Paladin and the Knight. Obvious armor differences, I suppose. More armor, as Arlaygio is corresponding to. And obviously the...
and because the Knight upgrades to the Paladin, he's just going to take his armor that he already has, and he's going to pay to get some extra parts added onto it. I don't think that's the most realistic thing, to be honest. It kind of happened in real life, but I'm still doing studies on that.
Yeah. Well, it is Perisno. Anything is possible, so...
Right.
Any other items?
We're just trying to justify the fact that there's so many tiers. Because...
Yeah. Any other items that you wanted me to show off for Tolranian?
Let's see, we got the Paladin helmet. We showed them the red sword with the
I have not
with the yellow star on the hilt.
There we go. We got the Paladin longsword.
Yeah, show that.
Both the sheathed version and the...
Had it briefly on earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was quite a pain to get working. Yes, Tofu, believable, not realistic, so to speak. She is right for correcting me on that.
Indeed. Yeah, we did show the we did show the Morning Star. Paladin shield. This one looks amazing, in my opinion. This one looks one of the nicest looking shields in the game so far. In my humble opinion, though. As I keep.
Yeah. That is a new model. I think I stole a few parts from one of the Falcon shields just because there was no reason to make them different and go through all the trouble. But the shield itself, the boards, that's completely new. I just used the Falcon shield as a reference, more or less. Fleur de Bliss. Tolrania is now replacing the typical lion symbol with a lion with the star at its tail. Just to separate a bit more from the real world counterpart, you know?
Yeah. Alright, I got one more thing to show. Oh, there it was. If I can find it again. We've got some Tolranian, actually, in 1.4 the new loading screen is going to be changing, but unfortunately, yes! I don't have the image for that ready yet, but we'll get it out to you guys. Thank you, Shallowy, for the follow. Sorry if I murdered that name, I usually do. This is a quick sneak peek. Because there's some stuff changing on it, this is about very low res. But yeah, this is basically the new loading screen coming in 1.4 with some changes. We'll be going over that in the next live stream, I'm pretty sure. But again, low res. It is going to be replacing what is the loading screen now? Burgett, I believe. Yeah, Burgett's the loading screen, and the Tolranians are taking over 1.4. So that's the new loading screen 1.4. More or less, the bigger updates will be getting newer loading screens as well. So if an update's based around Tolrania, for example, like 1.4 is, they're going to be using the Tolranian loading screen. If there are some future updates coming to Cretas, there might be a Cretas loading screen coming. We've got some updates coming as well down the line for different factions as well. So yeah, that is the plan. Let me keep going. What else do we have ready? Oh, some upcoming plans for 1.4.
Pretty sure.
What's that?
I'm pretty sure that my upcoming focus is going to end up being the Reich as far as assets go. I've been thinking about it for a long time. I just have to finish up some of my other job before I can really focus on Perisno again. Mm-hmm. The Reich and a little bit of Michadr, actually.
Yeah.
Really look forward to the art that comes from the Reich.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, there might not be new art right away coming from the Reich because of the Burgett one. Because I want to get more art out from different factions.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So 1.4 might get the Tolranian art. 1. Whatever after that might get the Birched art again. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Probably should do Michadr because we've already given Michadr a huge update. If you remember, they got a ton of assets. I still have a little bit of polishing up to do for them, though. So even during the big Reich update, I may finish up Michadr. I talked about the unique tournament items and the religious quest and the religious site of the trade. Yeah. What are we calling it again? The Trailerfold? I'll look it up later.
Yeah. We got... Unfortunately, this live stream, I know a bunch of you guys commented on YouTube, for example, that want lore updates. We have, excuse me, we have not a lot of lore coming in this live stream, unfortunately, because there's still a lot in progress, so we don't want to release too much of that till we're ready to release it. But yeah, shall we ask, is Macavia finished? No, it's not finished. It won't be finished for a long time. No faction right now is finished. And I think Tolrania is one of the factions that's the furthest asset-wise to being quote-unquote finished. But yeah, most factions are going to be worked on besides Rohara.
Yeah.
Because... just because.
I mean, at least it's not Venetor.
Yeah, it's not going to be Venetor.
That's the one thing we could say about. At least you can say it's not as bad as Venetor.
Michadr has a...
Well, I'm afraid of releasing lore unintentionally too, because there's a lot of things I'm fairly happy with, but the problem is they're like broken pieces. I have one segment done, another segment done in my head, but the part that connects that's important I haven't decided on yet. It would be, I think, disastrous to share some of those parts in a stream, especially if it turns out we have to retcon them just to make them fit together.
Indeed. Yeah, that's where Macavia is right now. That's where the early stages of the actual lore is right now. That's where the Climorians are right now. I know a guy on YouTube wanted to get some Climorian lore, but unfortunately, we might not be getting Climorian lore in this live stream. So it is what it is. We'll see what we can do, but yeah. We actually have some...
give them a few details if you want. It's up to you, Mitch.
Yeah. We'll let you do that, but let's keep going on before we get to the lore part. Updates on my end that are planned for 1.4. Some overland map changes. The YouTube video will be much easier to follow, so we should be good to go again. First cut out of the night. We should be about 70% through, 60% through, whatever. All right, as I said before, OBS rudely dropped me out. Thanks, OBS. You've been a very helpful individual. Overland map changes. That's going to be not too noticeable, just fixing up here and there. Elephants are going to be removed in 1.4. Including with the bloatware.
Thank God.
Yeah, elephants look... I know they're a big part of... Well, not a big part of Trohara, but they're just too clunky. They're just too clunky and don't work as they're intended. And I have a note here. Look at making the nighttime brighter, question mark. Some of you have
no.
discerned, like, if it's midnight, I believe,
no.
It's too dark. But we'll look at that. Not the biggest priority right now.
Okay, so hear me out on this.
Okay.
Like, in a lot of games, I understand making nighttime bright. Because you're playing a game and the AI can see just as well as you can. But whenever it turns to nighttime, it drastically affects the artificial intelligence's ability to land hits with projectiles. They're just far less accurate. So I don't think we should say, oh, the player is still just as accurate as everyone else is. They program that into the base game so that they're not accurate at nighttime. You have to suffer the penalty too.
Yeah, that's fair. But in my when I was creating the shaders, the nighttime shaders were a lot darker than the native nighttime shaders. That was more or less my comment on that. I might do some tweaks. I might not. We'll see. Not too many. Not too many people have actually commented on that, but when people do, I tell them to turn off HDR, which kind of fixes it in most cases. For some reason, the shaders that I made affect Warband's HDR feature. So if you're having issues with that, just turn off HDR and let me know how that goes for you. Beyond that, Model-wise, that's your thing. Draken Assets, Rebel the Falcon, that's further down the line, a lot further. The Nefali, that's a lot farther on the line as well. We got Dwarves, not sure if that's going to come in Warband, who knows. Venetor, talk about that. And the Giants, yeah, that's low priority right now. Coding-wise, Nefali. Got a few small Nefali changes that might eventually come up. Expanding on the Limbard culture to actually get him in the game. The quest line currently for Venetor might, I'm not sure what's going on with that quest line actually for Limbard, but that was written down as one.
I don't know what Jack has been doing lately.
Yeah.
I would like it if both Limbard and the Falky had a quest similar to what Venetor has now, but who knows?
Yeah, same. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Venetor's once again listed. I think I listed Venetor 4 or 5 times in the get it out of here. Yeah. One of the Patreons a while back requested a feature, a cheat menu feature actually, that allows you to turn off auto defections. For some reason, I don't think we've gotten to that. I'm not sure we'll even get to that, but a lot of Warband players, Perisno players, like to play with cheats. So, dirty cheaters, but it is what it is. It's a game, you can play whatever you want, or however you want. And Perisno Culture Revive quest. That's actually tied into the Clamorian quest line that I just haven't had time to get back to. So, we'll see how that goes. No, nothing solid on that, unfortunately, either, so. No new comments, but Tofu did mention I have a habit of releasing some lore unintentionally. I do have that. Yeah, a lot of lore gets retconned eventually anyway. Or some of the release ones. Right, I lost my document for that here. That should do it for the plans in the upcoming. We should have more news coming soon in the upcoming devlog, which I should have in the upcoming few weeks. And the next part of the live stream, we've got Arlaygio doing most of the talking, and he will introduce himself because Discord people know Arlaygio pretty well, but let's get him introduced to the rest of the Perisno community.
All right, so how I kind of got into game development is I had a friend who was doing really well on Roblox, and at that point in time, I was actually trying to write books to get myself going places. But that wasn't working out too well. I blame partially the quality, being a new writer, but also the fact that I simply refused to advertise and try to get my name out. I wanted to make the product perfect before I traveled around the US or whatever, from going from book fair to book fair. And so my friend of mine, he told me that he would teach me how to make models, and he would give me a position on his team on Roblox. And so I thought about it, and I realized, hey, this guy is making already plenty of money. I think I would rather follow someone who's been there and done it rather than take my chances out all on my own. And so I did train for 2 years, and then our game became extremely successful one day, and it just kind of blew up. And then I started making a decent amount of income every month, and I've kind of been home free since, a full-time game developer. I decided to donate a lot of my time to Perisno because I believe this also has the potential to blow up, maybe become its own IP someday. We'll see where the future takes us. There's a lot of things being discussed. And I've always had a passion for the project. I've cared a lot about the lore, even as just a model maker. I started out that way, but eventually Mitch liked a lot of my ideas, and so some of them ended up canonized into the lore, and I do my best to give what writing assistance I can in those areas. Hopefully not to the point it gets retconned because I go off on my own tangents or completely lose focus of the original vision. And it's hard. There are a lot of people who have contributed to the lore in the past, and it's important that we remain united under our leader's goal, so that things don't contradict and the whole world is cohesive. And that's what's my main focus right now.
All right, that's That's the introduction to Arlaygio. I wanted to have CWR on as well. CWR on as well.
Are you still there, Mitch?
Yeah, I'm still here. Sorry, I had one of my mics muted. Sorry about that. Thanks for that, Arlaygio.
Okay.
The ultimate introduction to one of our modelers, I guess. I did want to have CWR on as well, but he's working late, so I won't make it. Tofu. Yeah, she's not going to be on the chat as well, so it is what it is. We might get CWR or Tofu on next time, in the next live stream. One question I did want to ask you, what drew you to Tolrania? Because I know you really like Tolrania, a lot of your time and energy goes into it. Basically, what's behind Tolrania?
Lately,
how come you
yes.
like it so much?
I felt like they had one of the more unique backstories of all the factions, and if I were to put everything into a tier list, I would say that the Reich is one of the best written factions, Tolrania is, Realm of the Falcon is, and then we have factions that are more mediocre. It's not that Michadr is a bad faction in how it's written, but the old gods versus new gods, it's kind of generic terminology. They're kind of a generic Central European faction, mix and mash many things with even some Nordic ideas, and I wish it were better fleshed out. But the Reich, Tolrania, Realm of the Falcon, those three factions have by far the most interesting backstories, and that's where I saw most of the potential to be captured. And to a point, Limbard, but Limbard is really left to the subtext. I mean, we get some interesting hints that they were probably subjected to the Venetor Empire under the old lore, and the Venetor Empire was supposed to actually be the Kingdom of Perisno. It's just miscommunication between different devs while Mitch had to take a break for a year or so, and we're cleaning all that up, thankfully. I really like the fact that Tolrania had fled from a more imperialistic society, Hacken, and everyone talks bad about Hacken. They're kind of the butt of a lot of jokes. I'd like to make them a little bit more than generic imperialists who everyone hates and is constantly fighting with, though. But again, we'll see what time brings. I think it's kind of a shallow reason to like Tolrania, but aside from being more drawn to generally Crusader type aesthetics and Western European aesthetics, in Native, we may remember in the original Warband game, you could get heraldic items, but they were very expensive and they were very rare, and the only troops that used them were the Rhodoc Sergeants. Well, the first thing you notice as a new player is that Tolrania, pretty much every troop is heraldic. And so that's just really cool looking to see all these lords fighting together, but the troops, they look the same, but they all have different symbols on them. And so it's just a really pretty sight. And that pretty much sums it up for me.
Yeah, that's a really good response. Byzantium says make Hakan great again. Of course, we'll make Hakan great again. I would have kicked you from the chat if you said make Venetor great again.
Oh, we'll make them as great as they ever could be, but...
Yeah.
I mean, we'll make them as great as they ever were, if they ever were great, but, yeah, some of these people, I tell you, some people's kids.
Some people's kids, yeah. Hakan has a lot of, I believe, potential for richer lore because of where they came from, and because Tolrania and Hakan come from the same place, from the old Hakan Empire. So there's a lot of potential there. So in future updates, we're gonna get more of that out.
That's actually how Limbard kind of became so important in the lore, is because when Tolrania goes across the ocean, and how do you take a society where all their cultures basically, I mean, Hacken is not Greece in real life, but it's clearly based off Greece from real life. So how do you go from Greece in like whatever time period it was where they had hoplites? I'm not the most studied in that time period. And how do you evolve into like Western European aesthetic and mindset? And the answer is just the Lombardians, because the Tolranians came in a few ships, not sure how many, and they choose to kind of adopt this new friendly neighboring culture because they hate the old culture that they come from. And of course, they spin it in their own direction.
Yeah, that goes along with Byzantium's comment as well. I think they can get more. I think they can get some more colorful flair. Yeah, that's true. And some of the
Absolutely.
I
don't want Hacken to just be Greece. I totally want to mix other real life inspirations in there.
Yeah. One quick comment I had that people were talking about the Venetor's getting retcon. Some of the assets going to Khan. I do know I like the Sabalevalar, whatever that word is, and I like his assets. So those
at least that looks like something that doesn't. At least it looks unique. It's not just a generic Roman troop with a Roman name.
Mm-hmm. So that those assets and similar assets have a good chance of coming to Hakan in some extent. We'll see how it goes. Yeah. All right. No other live questions right now. Did you have anything?
I have considered maybe making Venetor like we retcon them, not to where they're totally gone, but their story is just completely different. Say they are one of the people from Hakon's home island that they fought long ago and defeated and absorbed. And so now all Venetor is known as is an ancient enemy of Hakon who were defeated, but now that culture has become kind of a group of mercenaries that Hakon hires from time to time. And so we might carry over the less resource-intensive Roman assets and make small parties of Venetor mercenaries. Just things I've been thinking about. I don't know if it'll happen.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. Venetor is not high.
I can understand if you totally want to get rid of them too, though.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm about 70-30 right now. As much as I hate Venetor and the lore that they were based on, they're just not high on my list right now. Is all I'm going to say. For the Venetorian fans out there, I hope you have 1.3.5 saved up somewhere because they're going to be gone soon. Anyway, let's keep going. We have some questions from Steam and so on that we're going to go over. But first, let's bring up this document and let's change my screen. From a Steam question, this guy wants to know about special cultures. What are the special cultures and how to unlock them, Falcon, Libard, etc. And with some religion, how to unlock each one. Now, for the religion question, there's something I didn't actually work on originally, the religions. Because I was away at the time when the religions were being worked on, and the devs, I could say devs, I guess, who worked on religions most of the time, or who created the feature, are not on the team anymore. And since then, me and Tofu and was it G. Sanders, one of the older devs as well? He worked on religions a little bit, but he's gone as well. But yeah, we worked on a little bit, updated him, and so I can't answer too much about religions right now. Shall we, Romans? Yeah, too bad. It is what it is. And to answer the question, I got something all right. The recruitable religion troops. Thank you for Ume for this list. The Holy Champions and the Perisno Priestess, the Perisno Pilgrim Troop Tree. The Church of the Faith can be recruited from are recruited the Disciple and the Defender of Faith. They're basically crossbowmen and actually, I could bring these on screen. That's fine. I can bring these on screen, so you guys can zoom in a little bit. The Fountain Goddess, the Fountain Seer, the Fountain Diviner, the Fountain Disciple, and the Ultra Archer glass cannons, basically. The Mauler, the Interceptor, Light Piercing Infantry, and Light Lantern Cab. I have a lot of issues pronouncing that name, so I'm just going to skip that. The Watcher, the Corpsman, Meteor Crossbowmen, and Spotter troops, Light Infantry, and Medic troops. Most of these troops can be found on the Perisno Wiki. I'll link that in the description below once we're on this video's live on YouTube. So you can actually look up the troop trees. They should be in-game as well. Most of these actually won't be, just some of the minor factions. Okay. The Tiergötter, which the Drachen religion. The Drachen the Drachen Priester I guess, medium piercing infantry and heavy sword cav, And the Grazier go from the Grazier Pilgrim, the Worshipper, the Priest, and they're basically crossbowmen, pole armor crew, two-handed, all that good stuff. Jahar, Mysticism, Nun, Hakan, Inquisition, Hakan, yeah. Basically a con. There's none for Jahar Mysticism. I forgot to move that down. Second.
Hakan Inquisition will probably get retconned.
Okay. I don't know. Yeah, that's a good point.
Like, it makes no sense to me in the lore that, we came from overseas, but we were so compelled by this new religion, even though our entire culture is about staying fast to who we are. Like, they're the opposite of the Tolranians. They didn't change everything and run away. They're going to stick to the traditions of their ancestors. And to me, it's kind of hilarious that Tolranians, in the old lore, they still remembered Priapus, even though they've changed everything about themselves. Yet the Hakan don't even mention Priapus in any of their lore pages, and apparently they've adopted the Church of Faith religion and twisted it into their own thing. No, we're gonna write something new and different.
Oh, fair enough.
Makes no sense that they would just spin off the Church of Faith, especially since the Church of Faith lore has been changed because of its connections to the Venetoran Empire. I know you canonized the first document I sent you, at least, so.
Yeah. We've got a lot of documents still to go over, and once those are 100%, we'll go over them as well. Alright, yeah, we'll go over the last two. They're not that important. But anyway, those are basically recruitable religion troops, which go along with that question. And also, to unlock the realm of the Falcon troops, in previous versions, there was no academy, but now there is, thanks to Tofu. You have to be a vassal. Sorry about that. You have to be a vassal of the Falcons, then meet these requirements: renown 125 plus 5,000 orms per recruitment, party strength 809, average renown of 750 plus 10,000, all that stuff. This can be found on Discord if you have to reference it. We'll get to questions in a second. This refreshes weekly. You cannot add new academies, as the academy is strictly located in Fountain Hall. If they are available, you'll find a dialogue right under Recruit Nobles. The academy is not only operated. The academy is only operated for as long as the Realm of the Falcons own Fountain Hall. Using their culture in your own kingdom does not allow you to use the academy. Note, Realm of the Falcon has to be alive, not defeated, for the player to be able to use their culture. Also, if a negative relation occurs, same thing. So yeah, big feature. A lot of work went into this. Thanks Tofu for this. The academy was on the future plans list for, I'm guessing, over a year and a half. So this is a big addition to Perisno. And Limbard, simple minor faction for now.
Yeah.
The quest's not ready yet. Works like all minor factions. Questline ready to come in soon. All right. That should do it for this part of the live stream. We got some live. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, do you want to know the real way to get Falconian troops?
Sure.
Take a castle, enlist a patrol, talk to the patrol on the field, tell the patrol to reinforce your castle garrison.
Yeah, there's ways around it.
That's how you do it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I'm not knocking Tofu's feature. I think it's a great feature, but this is another way, like, if you need more troops, which you're going to fight a lot as the Falcon, Hakan and Elentor are always trying to take your stuff. But yeah, that's how I used to do it. Still a good addition, though.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, it answers the question. I mean, that's one way around it. Another way would be cheating, but we don't allow it. It is what it is. Shallowly asks, is there a religion for the dwarves? I know you've been working on the dwarves a little bit.
They worship gold.
Was that? Cut out for a little bit.
They worship gold.
They worship gold. Yeah.
They just, yeah.
That's the best. Yeah, that's the best response we have right now. We actually haven't been working on a religion for the dwarves. I haven't anyway. So, gold.
The dwarves are very low on my priority list. They're so far away on the map, and I don't even think they're one of the most fun factions to play as because of how isolated they are. I mean, I haven't played as them, but every time I think about it, I'm like, well, were we even going to mess with? The Arulo are like perfect because they're right next to the Geldar, just a boat trip away from Elentor, and they have really unique stuff going about them. But I'm hoping that the new map rendition will put the dwarves in a more interesting political situation, particularly one where they don't lose all the time. Mm-hmm. I don't know. That may be how it has to stay, though.
Yeah. Well, the dwarves were originally meant to be farther away from anyone else, but I'm gonna keep hammering on this comment that the Warband map is not a good representation of what I want to actually try to work towards. So once I get the new and revised map complete, whenever that's going to be, we can actually do some real things going Perisno-wise, and that actually matches a lot of the lore.
Absolutely,
referencing the lore and all that. So yeah, thanks for the comment, Charlie. All right, let's keep going on to the next Steam comment. Magma Maximus, no more training grounds. If so, the repair quest is broken. This was before the the last hotfix. That's fixed now. Where is the training fields? I can't find it. Same thing. the Steam kids. If there are any Steam kids on here right now, come to the Discord. That's the first comment. Come to Discord and use mod DB and join the Patreon. One comment on YouTube. Elves with throwing axe says, I responded with elves question mark and this guy. The Nephali and Perisno mod used to be known as elves until a more lore was introduced to the mod, later updates, and they became known as the Nephali. The reason I saved this comment is because it was so funny. I guess the guy wasn't sure who I was, and we had a laugh at that. So, Zabulanon Productions, if you see this. You made me laugh, so good job, dude. Kayaka, Tofu, Kayakoth are one of the best factions in the mod if you like spamming heavy cavalry. Their Kayakoth vanguards are incredibly tanky and powerful. They also possess one of the best infantry troops, while their crossbowmen are just under Michadr. Yeah, that is true. Also, one thing that I see in a lot of playthroughs and people playing the mod, they don't play dwarves for some reason. So maybe it's they don't really know about their strengths.
They're pretty out of the way.
That is true. And if they don't war a lot. There's kind of like Realm of the Falcon. They're kind of far away from everyone, so they don't war all that much. Which again is fair, I suppose. But all right. Be the Goat Lord you were destined to be, of course. Goat Lord. Goat Lord for Battle Lord confirmed. Perisno is going to be all dwarves. Tass, thanks for the follow. Next Steam comment. Good mod, played for many hours till I got 100 max level soldiers, started siege, 2 enemies killed, 60 allies dead, then gave up. 10 out of 10. Thanks for the review, Teddy. That's awesome. Alright, Kara Murat. So much crashes, I just wanted to craft my own armor, that's all, but so much crash. You need more context, dude. But thanks for the review. So much crashes. I can't withdraw funds from any of my castles and towns anymore. Any reasons why? This was before the last update. Tofu fixed this in the last hotfix. Move the right control to the left control for withdrawing and depositing orange into your fief. Quality of life, boys. Quality of life. Alex, you can now withdraw your funds once again. And continuing on. Bill Wild, my favorite Warband mod besides Full Invasion, one of the best. Keep up the great work. Thanks, Bill. And we've got Sky, some Asian character. How can I deal with the runtime error, may I ask? Come to Discord and we'll help you. But I did post in a Discord, did not meant to open that. I'll bring on Discord on the screen for a second and show you guys, for those of you who don't know. If you're not on Discord, the link will be below in the video on YouTube, so check it out. But we do have a section on the top left once you join that is, read this first. Please read this first once you join the channel. It has all of the questions that are asked a lot. That's what it means. Frequently asked questions. And scrolling down, there's a bunch of runtime error fixes, stuttering fixes, and all that. And if you're still having issues after that, just use the troubleshooting channel and we'll get it fixed for you guys. So Hawkwinter, if you'd like a fairly quick response or suggested bug report, I recommend you visit the Perisno Discord. This guy knows what's up. Let me see here on Twitch. The reason behind the change was to compensate for left-handed players using arrow keys to move. Okay. Now they can move around their court without withdrawing or depositing their money unintentionally. Yeah. And that should do it for the Steam.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Steam comments and all that. Do you have anything to add for now?
Before we end the stream?
We got one more section to go through, but yeah.
I have nothing to add that's related to what we discussed then.
No, fair enough.
It is funny reading these comments.
Yeah, it is. All right, well, let's keep moving on to the next one if I can find my document. myself out there. All right. We have Steam comments. Patreon.
We should be
Go ahead.
Actually, we should go back to the old arrow key system because we should just copy EA's business model. We charge you money every time you press an arrow key.
Nobody would play Perisno anymore, but yeah. EA and Activision's worse right now than EA in my opinion. Microtransactions. We should add
Really?
Oh yeah, it's terrible right now. EA has actually gotten. I'm not going to say better, but Activision is terrible right now. But yeah, we're not going to go into that.
Trying to put commercials inside of video games. Live ads while you're playing a game.
Oh.
EA.
Yeah, that's
They're on
bad.
board of that.
That's
they already
bad.
tried it with FIFA or something. It's like some sports game they put actual ads in during replays or whatever. I don't know all the details. I'm terribly butchering it. Yeah, 3 times EA has tried to put live action ads in their games.
I never played FIFA, I guess. Yeah, that's bad. I just watched some YouTube.
I don't plan to.
I just watched some YouTube videos on bundles and stuff, and Activision and EA are both really, really bad at that. So, unfortunately, I'm one guy who played some Call of Duty, so I know all about that garbage. So, anyway.
No shame there.
Yeah, let's not get too off topic for now. We could do some future streams unrelated to this, but yeah. I did want to go over the document that. One second, I bring that up. We have 9 responses to go over, and this first comment is actually. If I switch back to the full screen. All right. Questions, comments, suggestions, etc. We have 9 responses to go over, and we are right now currently an hour 13 in, so we can get a little bit longer. Questions, comments. Okay, so this response is actually quite long. And 1 second here. First, actually, let's do this one. First one, response is hello. Hi. How's it going? On to the second one. Sneak peek into the new map Michadr is planning. Yeah.
Should we do it? Will we regret it?
I can't. I don't. It's not. No, not right now. I can't. It's. It's just not ready. We're just not at the point where we can show it because I want to actually show something.
It's not anywhere near detailed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one I sent you the other day is basically just the outline of the map direction I want to go. So it's not even your. So yeah, maybe the next live stream I'll have some updates on that.
And you still want to do a lot before I even. You still want to add a lot of details before I do anything on my end too. Right? Or did I misunderstand?
Yeah, sorry, I wasn't focused. Yeah, that's absolutely correct. I want to get the whole map outline complete.
Okay.
I want to get the major landmarks complete and all that stuff. Then I send it to you. Then we can actually show something. But yeah, we're not at the stage yet to show a sneak peek, unfortunately. Okay. So. Ataz, right. There were several question suggestions, but for some reason its format is reset. What do you mean with that? Is this format not a good way to get questions into live stream, or? It should save if you do save, because I used this format for the last few Feedback Fridays and it worked really well. So, question number 3, or comment, whatever. Oh yeah, right on. We'll get to that. I reset it to individual questions, so that's why it wasn't on first.
It's at the top.
Yeah, we'll get to it, man. Question number 3, Perisno customizable army, or more different armors for Perisno. I feel like it's lacking in weapons. What? I don't think this means Perisno faction. I think Perisno is fleshed out asset-wise pretty good right now.
I think he's talking about the custom mercenaries.
Okay, fair enough. Perisno could...
I think we actually have more armor than we have weapons. No, that's not true. Because... Well, I don't know. Maybe we have more like body armors than we have swords. But we don't have more body armor than we have swords, spears, axes, knives, and everything. I
know what he's talking about. Thank you, Byzantium. The army you can hire from the marshal. I think that's what he meant. So he wants more customizable mercenary armies. I think that's what he's going for. It's doable. Yeah, it's doable. But he wants to customize the army. That's an interesting comment. That's actually, I never thought about actually customizing the mercenaries you hired. But they're, we'll see. I don't know. Yeah, as Tofu said, it wouldn't make sense to customize the Perisno army. It's an army that's provided by the Perisno marshal. But yeah, this could go a few ways. You could customize the actual army if it wasn't preset. Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of customizable stuff. And I know it makes me sound like a real wet blanket, but I noticed that in almost every game that offers customizable soldiers, it becomes extremely exploitable. And then you try to balance it, and what happens is when you balance it, you just make it to where people exploit it even more because it costs so much in your attempt to balance it that you really need to get your money's worth for using it.
Yeah. That's fair. But I think the way we do it in Perisno with the customizable troops is pretty well balanced. I mean...
You already have a lot of stuff you can customize in Perisno. I think it's fine as is. I could talk to people about it, though. See if someone more enlightened than me could change my mind.
Yeah. Lemon Square 36, thanks for the follow. That made me hungry.
Awesome.
Yeah, maybe just allow being able to add and remove troops. Yeah, it's possible. It's possible, I suppose. Interesting comment nonetheless. Let's keep going. Number 4, we have, what is the future for the Giants? Would it be better to move the Cretas into place of the Sut? Good question. Thank you for asking that. Because in the future timeline, not Warband, in the future timeline, both giant factions get wiped out. And Cretas basically takes the land where Sut is right now, according to the new map, which isn't ready either. So yeah, to answer the question, the Giants are basically going to be a minor faction in the future timeline. But not in Warband, because Warband is...
I think you skipped...
What?
I think you skipped the question, by the way.
I was at 3 and now I'm at 4, so...
Well, you...
No.
Because what other factions do you think needs revamp and the more companions to story quests? Or is just on my list, maybe they're not ordered the right way on the page that you gave me?
You're probably looking at the summary. I'm looking at individual questions right now. So they're relisted in my... So.
All right.
So if you do individual, you can follow along. So I'm at 4 right now, and I just answered the giant question. And yeah, they're going to be a much minor part of Perisno in the future timeline. All right, let's keep going. Question 5. This is the long one, I believe, by Enhas on Twitch right now. All right, let's go through this. I haven't read it yet. It's been a busy week, but let's go through it. 1, you can recruit villages. You can recruit from villages 30 orums, 50, if hard mode, but via constable, you can recruit up to 50 villagers, 20 orums with just 10 extra orums. You may want to fix it to make it more consistent if possible. Okay. Number 2, when I saw Headhunters, I was excited to finally see can use bows to knock someone unconscious, just like in tournaments. I was disappointed when I realized I cannot change damage type by just using blunt arrows. I know probably an engine bug. No, it's not an engine. It's a feature. And that can custom mercenaries have no reach to those bows either. It would be nice if we could make cap archers to make prisoners. Oh yeah, I think we've talked about this before.
No, that is cancer.
Was it one of the older devs who added the knockout? Let me make sure I'm live again.
Yeah.
All right, sorry about that, guys. We're live. Yeah. OBS literally crashed. So at least we're getting closer to the end here. We're at question 5. Let's keep going. OBS is massive right now.
Tofu ban this person.
What? Yeah, sorry about that, Lemon Square. My OBS crashed. It's yeah. Get better internet, I guess. All right, number 3. I don't know if possible, but it would be nice if patrols give prisoners to city castle every week. Yeah, I talked with Tofu about something like that. It's something we were considering. Yeah.
Say that again. Like you get money for prisoners in your castle?
No, it was it would be nice if patrols give prisoners to the castle garrison, like the prison every week, like.
Oh. Okay.
Instead of just moving it around. But here's the thing: the second thing is, if they deposit their prisoners every time and they attack, well, we wrote this down, so yeah, let's keep going. Number 4. While Ilika quest parties spawn next to the city, Gunnar, Konika, and the bandits of the second quest of the Immortal quest line, with the scholar asking to deal with the bandit and his lair spawn randomly, I think. I found Gunnar quite far away from the city 1 to 2 days later, found Konika next to like 1 week later. The quest said the party is nearby the city. You haven't found the bandit yet. It is so intended. Yeah, it is. I believe in the code. These are random to like a certain extent, to like a certain distance. We could take... Yeah, it's random in the code, I guess. It's a certain distance away, but we could probably make it a little bit closer, I guess. Yes, we can add a feature to have patrol return to the garrison. Yeah, thanks, Tofu. For example, I want to farm eagle prisoners to increase relations. Yeah, that's a... All right, let's keep going. Number 5. A while ago, I remember you could at least find enchanted headgear for mystic merchants. However, I didn't see any way to obtain a royal enchantment aside from using cheat menu. Is this intended? I really hope
I think you can get one from...
you cut out. Say that again.
I think that you can get one from Tamaris.
Yeah. The ones that have we can get them from, but I didn't touch the enchantments. I think Tofu did. I couldn't tell you. Tofu says, but if they're talking about Kunika has always spawned slightly south of Geising for me. Okay. We'll come back to the enchantments in a bit. Number 6. While I give heavy lordly shields to my companions, they choose Sectarian Priest's battered shields over mine, which is weird since mine has 1.5 times better shield stats, but only inferior to... Just wanted to inform you. Is this guy... Are you using the... What's that feature now called? To give your companions automatic equipment. I don't use that feature. Yeah, Arlaygio is one of the other devs. Unfortunately, he doesn't like showing his face, so we just hear his voice. So, there's that. Every time I have a
helmets on at all times.
Yeah. You can just see me. If you don't like looking at me, just close your eyes. All right, let's keep going. Number 7. Is there a change? Is there a way to change Tamaris' hair back to the old one? I like the one better. Is Morphs able to do that? Change faces? I don't know. I don't use it. Just sounds different. Yeah. Yeah, he just sounds he sounds a lot better in Discord than he does in real life. besides the besides the source code, I don't know how to.
I don't know who this guy is.
Yeah, he might have a different name on Discord. I have no idea. Is it me or does Michadr sound quieter? Maybe my face is further away from the mic. I don't know. OBS does some stupid stuff to my settings every time. I don't know. Whatever. Once I have better internet, join the Patreon so I can buy Starlink. So I can better internet. All right, let's keep going.
Me too.
Yeah.
That's what I'm waiting on.
Yeah. So once again, we need at least 100 patrons so we can get Starlink. Me and Arlaygio. So just keep that in mind, guys. Right. Number 8. Will Arcanus' sword... this question is worded slightly different. Will Arcanus' sword get any buff? It has no special effect, and by the time you can recruit him, you will already have weapon with same stats with Flamebringer, which can be used on horseback, or which can't be used, or even without the shield. It feels like it's just a candle nowadays, even though I love the sword and flame effects, I'm reluctant to use it. It's a decent response. The Flamebringer is technically a legendary item, more or less, so. Besides changing the fire effects,
I think people should want to use it.
Yeah, true. I'll take a look at that. Number 9. It happened one time, so I am not sure if this is consistent, but when I help my patrols against enemy lord 2 patrols, both of them had her conversation screen open as usual, where normally they would thank you, but in a second. Oh, this is a bug. Certain bugs happen. You probably were playing for a couple hours and Warband's engine just does that. I don't think it's necessarily a Perisno issue. It's just things do get messed up sometimes, so I wouldn't worry about it if you didn't get a crash or anything like that. Just make sure to be able to save anytime you want and quit without saving or whatever that option is. Because if you play with if you play with that setting off, you can lose your save game. So surely Arcanus wouldn't give the Flamebringer just like that. Yeah, there's been some talk of doing something to lock his armory, but yes, the flame should be green. We'll be fixing that in the future. You did pay 100k for
Did you hear what I wanted to do with Liana's bow?
You'll tell me in a second here. I'm going over the comments and you'll tell me. Byzantium says you did pay 100k for him. That's true. So you did basically buy the Flamebringer and Arcanus. All right, what were we talking about the bow?
Well, the whole, I'm going to marry this powerful character and then take their stuff. I mean, to me, it's just comedic. That is basically why the super powerful Lord, especially female characters, exist in the game, and it's kind of terrible. So I understand why the dev team doesn't want to do this, but I thought it would be hilarious if, to get Liana's bow, you have to go on a quest, steal it from her after you marry her. Like, you find some shady NPC outside of her castle.
Yeah.
And he tells you about this rope that he'll hang from a window, and you have to work together. And you find her bow in her bedroom, and you take it, and then you have to run from the guards or something because you're dressed like some thief, so they don't know that you're just her husband. And then later she talks to you, and you lose relation with her because she has a funny feeling you're the one who stole it, but she can't prove it. I don't know. Just finally some quest to make people pay for marrying people just to take their stuff.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I'm on board with that. Send me that idea afterwards so I don't forget. Because I do wish we had more quests that actually have a comic, not all serious and all that stuff, but still give you something afterwards. Humius, thanks for the follow.
Yeah.
Welcome to the live stream. All right, let's keep going before my OBS crashes again. All right, I think it's, yeah, we're at 10. I like the fact that at the end of the Dragon Priest questline, we got a new strong companion, and now we can change her equipment as well. However, she still is not considered a companion, quote unquote. Can't manage her with auto, companion. Just like the wife when she is around. I think Tofu changed this option so we can actually change her equipment and stuff like that. I forgot why she's not an official companion, but she doesn't like being. Yeah, she doesn't want to be bossed around, so she's not a companion. She's still Dragon Priestess, so it's number 10, Tofu.
Right.
I'll link it. I'll put it in Discord.
I'll probably give her some nice armor when I get to the Reach stuff as well. I mean, Reich stuff.
Liana is already locked behind a 9 relation requirement. We could make it so that taking Liana Skyfall will have to clear suffer a massive relation loss from both her and the Ilika Falki. That's a thought, I guess. That's a thought. But yeah, to answer the number 10 question, she's a Dragon Priestess. She doesn't really want to be bossed around and all that good stuff. And yeah. Maybe we'll look at it in the future. I don't know. Yeah. If Tofu wants to change that, she can. Yeah. All right. I love the mod. You're making so much that after returning to Bannerlord after a year and maybe want to play Perisno so much that I decided to install Warband again. I installed your mod in 2016, and since then I only played Perisno with it. And it is awesome to see a lot of features added in the game. I played Warband like 600 hours or so on Steam before Perisno, and it's almost 17,000 hours. Did you add 1-0 too much? That is insane. If that is actually 17,000 hours, that is absolutely insane, dude. Can't wait to see you in Bannerlord. Keep up the good work.
I have 1,000 hours in the image.
Well, I probably have close to 20,000 hours too on Warband total modding and all that, but I don't have it written. I do it offline, but that's insane. Rookie numbers. That's still a lot. 17,000 hours is a lot.
17,000?
Yeah.
Cow.
Yeah, he said it's actually 1,700. So, one too many zeros. That would be absolutely insane. Okay. 17,000 hours. Wow. Yeah.
How old are you? 30? Warband came out 2011. Okay.
Are there any plans for some OG Perisno music? And if not, is there a desire for it? To answer that question, a lot of the original Perisno music was copyright, but there is plans for some better Perisno music coming in the future. So yes, we're working on that, but the OG Perisno music is not coming back because a lot of it was copyright, as I said, and we can't really use it. No, I think the problem is that Kavachis isn't counted as a companion. You can accidentally deposit her into a garrison, for example. She appears in the court, but she's not wearing any gear. Yeah. All right, let's keep going. Question number 6. Thanks. Is it Atas for that response? It was actually fun to go over. Thank you. Number 6. What other faction do you think needs revamped in terms of armor, troop trees, and etc.? I'll give this one to Arlaygio.
Most all of them. Like, actually, let's just list the factions that are doing pretty good right now. And I'd actually say the Arulo, Tolrania after this update, though I do want to go back and give the household troops a bit of love. That can come later, though. There's more important things to worry about. I think Bacavia is sitting pretty decently, just needs some polish. Drahara, I'm not going to touch. We've talked about that in the past. But Hacken needs unique assets. Rome of the Falcon needs a ton of unique assets. The Reich does. Valor may or may not. We'll see. Both Giants do. We're just using Warhammer 40k assets or whatever. I'm not familiar with the franchise. Sorry for offending anyone. Kulan looks good as is. could still get a few unique items though. The Zan, I don't know what I'm going to do with them. Clymoria definitely needs unique assets. I'm going to go back and actually revamp Perisno assets now that I'm more skilled, but we'll see how much time allows for that too. It's the main faction, so I want them to have my best work. I don't want them to be something I did early on and then left the way they were being good enough, as good enough, you know? I want them to be great. And so, yeah, all the Nefali need completely new assets. We just can't have them using stuff from Lord of the Rings, you know?
Yeah. All right, so that should answer number 6. Revamp. So basically all of them, to some extent. All right, let's keep going. Number 7. Since blunt weapons have a chance to kill, shouldn't normal weapons have a chance to knock unconscious? Like, if blunt weapons 10% kill people, can normal weapons have 10% knock people unconscious? I think Tofu and I talk about this in direct match. I'm not even sure. I don't have any feedback right now on that, so I can't tell you too much on this one. If we have some responses,
that would be realistic.
It would, yeah. If we have any responses to this, we'll go over it in Discord. So let's keep going. Number 8. I found the maps really small when I tried the mod with pure horse archer. Is this working as desired? Some players. The horse archer AI is designed so they actually go in large circles around you. So I don't know. I wouldn't really consider the maps small. I don't know.
I know in Pendor, the map changes drastically depending on party size, because, of course, that's the mod everyone's going to compare this to. Yeah. I don't remember. Native also changes a lot depending on party size, the total battle. Some maps are just absolutely tiny that you get in these scrimmages then.
Yeah, I do know in Perisno we have custom maps. So if you do horse archers, you can try turning on the native maps again in the mod settings. See if that works better for you. But yeah. Tofu says yes. We did talk about this. I'm on board if we have cutting weapons. Have like okay. So yeah. Back to 7. So yeah, we'll probably look into that in the future update. Number 9, the last one of the live stream. Add more companion and story quests, more night order, and more equipment. So add new content. Got it. Thank you.
Actually, it's easier to survive pierces. It's a lot easier to survive piercing than cutting, from what I know about medieval combat.
I guess it always depends where as well, but
anyways,
yeah,
I'll talk about it later.
Yeah, we'll go over to Discord if it's a feature we're actually going to be working on. All right, I believe, according to the game plan, that should be most of the stuff we wanted to cover tonight or this evening. They're nice, but sometimes they hit a side of the battle map and have a hard time getting unstuck from them. Yeah. Horse archery, I think you can turn it off in the game settings too, but I do like it. I wouldn't recommend doing that. Alright, besides plugging the Patreon, I'll drop that in the link. Actually, let's do that right now, because that is an important part of the future of Perisno, because of the plans we do indeed have. 1 second, people, ladies and gentlemen. Right. For anyone who is interested in the Patreon, it's not a toggle. Oh, okay. Yeah. Right on. Right on. I haven't looked at it in a while, but yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. That should be most of it on my end. Join the Patreon. This video or this live stream will be on YouTube in the future. And before OBS drives me crazy again, we'll cut this short. Let's get some closing comments from Arlaygio, and that should do it.
Yep, it's been a real joy to be on the team. I really look forward to seeing how passionate people are about the new assets in the next update. I really appreciate Mitch taking the role as the director of this project and ensuring consistent quality. And of course, Tofu's consistent quality of life improvements. I cannot stress how valuable these are to the mod as a whole. Like, things that were bothering me for years finally got taken care of, and It's just so nice to finally feel like the mod is more professional and polished.
All right. Excuse me. Got some water. That should do it for the live stream. Thank you guys for watching, and join us next time for episode 3, whenever that will be. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm out.